wanted to congratulate you to win the Rice Insight Literary Award. And actually, it's a very complex process. The author needs to at least cross 3 to 4 layers to become as a winner of the Rice Insight Literary Award. Basically,
Mhm.
there are almost 9 reviewers who read the book. One of the reviewer is out of the country, and after that, when they give a positive response to the author, then only you can able to win this award. And this is a great achievement, and for congratulate for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So also we wanted to know something about you and about your book as well, like how you become an author and what is your journey. So we wanted to discuss about this as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you want to know my background first or about the book first?
Firstly, you can share about your book, then we will discuss more about your background as well.
Okay. So, the book, this is 30 Minutes a Day to Immunity and Health. How I came to think about this book is I was doing this course on yoga therapy. I was really, I got deeply interested and intrigued by yoga as a concept. When we discuss about how I came about into yoga, I think I'll cover my life journey. So, talking about the book, while I was doing a thesis, when we do, when during the course of yoga therapy, we all have to submit a thesis. So I wanted to, refer to some books. So when I went to refer to the books, most of the books on yoga or wellness for that matter are written by foreign authors. There are very, very few Indian authors who have penned down anything.
Okay.
Then I said there should be more Indian authors. Then, as I was writing, as I was doing my thesis, I thought, why should I think there should be somebody else who should be doing it? Why cannot it be me? So that's how the thought first came to my mind that I should pen that book.
Okay.
It was not really simple because submitting a thesis or doing a presentation is very different from writing a book. So then I went through. Then I really wanted to understand what is it that the market needs. Because I come from a corporate background. I have served the nation. I was in the Indian Navy for 14 years. I'm a retired commander. So having been there, done that, I realized my own clan. People in corporate who are in senior positions, they have very, very little time to spend on themselves, their own wellness. At the most, they may take up into something like running, which would fuel their passion. But there, to how much of health do they really spend their time on or their effort on? So that's how I said I want to tell the world that you don't really need too much of time, to invest too much of time. Just 30 minutes a day is good enough. Let it be consistent. And in 30 minutes, what you can do. So now, another thing I wanted to highlight also is in this book, from 30 minutes for me. You
Yeah.
will be going through a different kind of cycle. Your mind will be going through a different kind of emotions, Or somebody sitting, say a software engineer, sitting at one point without moving. The kind of emotions that person goes through, the kind of beating the body takes, the kind of requirement the body needs in the name of health and wellness will be very different. So
Okay.
each of us, while we all have different, requirements. Our genetics also play a part.
Okay.
What are we exposed to genetically? So considering all this, I have curated different modules addressing different professional challenges. That's how, if you see my book, there are different various modules. It's not just about 30 minutes, one prescription, and that's the end of it. Different modules for different, set of people or different set of professional challenges. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a great explanation you had explained about the book, but we will discuss everything in step by step, like because most of the people not aware about this concept, yoga, fitness, and wellness. This kind of the information has been not spread. Okay, and majorly to in Indian country there are many problems, like I think most of the pupils facing fat issues. So this kind of the problem has been there in India. So we will discuss like deeply regarding this concept as well. First of all, we just wanted to know about yourself as well. Like you have explained yourself, like you are also served in Indian Navy as well. So can you please briefly tell us about your journey, like from starting the high school journey or educational journey, as well as how you passed the exam and reached Indian Navy? Okay, such a great stage. Okay, so please share something about this as well.
Yeah, so I am from the fourth batch of women officers. So when I entered Navy, it was very, very new, both for the organization as well as for the people. So when I passed out of my school, college, university, Navy was armed forces. I mean, towards my college days, that was when there was some reports in the newspapers that armed forces will now open their doors to women. I said, wow. Yeah, still I was I didn't know whether I would really apply for it, but it was just like wow. Then when I started seeing that those advertisements, I just applied, and there was a written test, and followed by there were only seven open seats in the sense for my particular cadre. I entered Navy as a air traffic control officer in the field of aviation.
Okay.
So there were only seven seats across the country, across the
Okay,
across
whole
India,
country. Yeah. Okay.
including men and women. There is no discrimination.
Okay.
And armed forces doesn't if there's a seat is if there is a vacancy, and if a particular individual falls qualifies all the cadres, all the requirements, psychologically, physically, IQ wise or expression wise, and interview, you qualify interview, and of course followed by medicals comes later once you qualify their interview. So if you do not fall into that category, they won't select just because they have a vacancy, and they won't select it for a man or a woman. They'll select if as an individual you qualify all those. So that's how I made it out of the seven seats in the initial batches. So I qualified the written test, and I qualified the service selection boards interview, and cleared the medicals, and that has been the start of my journey
Okay,
into
so
India.
it's about in which year, like?
95. I joined Navy in 1995.
Okay, so you had told that you served the Indian Navy for
14 years.
14 years. Okay, so from 1995 to,
Five.
yeah, yeah, you have served. Okay, that's a great. So like you have switched the background, like you firstly in,
Electronics.
yeah.
I have a background of electronics, and
Okay.
then I came into Navy, and then my technical education related to Navy happened in the Navy. Like qualifying for radars, qualifying for air traffic control, and I topped most of my courses. Where men and women are put together, we are made to do sub courses together. So I topped most of the courses, because of which I got a 12-month seniority. I was given a full seniority in the Navy. So that's how my professional journey started.
Okay, so so you switched a lot. Like firstly you joined Indian Navy, then electronics is also there, then you have become an author as well. So
Yeah.
that's
So it's
yeah.
yeah. So 2009, when I was leaving Navy, I had to do something on myself. Work on myself, so that I'm a good fit for the corporate world. So that's how I went to IIM Indore. I did a professional management course there, and from there I was taken to a company called HNG Flow Glass. That was my first corporate stint. I joined them as as a head of sales and marketing.
Okay.
And from there, my sales and business development journey started. So I served corporate for another 10, 12 years on all the MNCs.
Okay.
Yeah. And then during that course, I just happened to, visit a yoga institute. One of the instructors, he still is my instructor now, he has been my mentor. There was this yoga, advanced yoga courses.
Okay,
Uh,
so it's about in which year?
So this was in 2017, 18 actually,
Okay.
2008.
Hmm.
So 18 is when I actually took to yoga seriously.
Okay.
And it was, supposed to be advanced yoga classes. So I just went in and I started doing yoga, and I really liked I mean, before that, I attended some yoga sessions, but it was just for like the way
Casual,
we
it's just.
attended, very
Hmm.
casual.
Okay.
But this particular, the difference here is he started giving us, I mean, whoever was present in the class, he started giving us some difficult yoga postures to do. So, which I happened to like and I happened to really learn and do. Then he said, okay, go for some yoga, competitions.
Hmm.
I wasn't sure, because there were people who have been practicing yoga for ages, for 20 years, 30 years. And here I was not even 6 months into yoga. He said,
Hmm.
you just go and have a look what happens in these competitions.
Okay.
So I just went, and then that was a district level competition, and I won a silver medal there. So
Hmm.
then
That's
I
great.
said, oh, okay.
Hmm.
So from there, I went to state level. I won a gold in state level, and then national. I won a gold in national level. So
Okay.
then he kept mentoring me. It's not just because of my ability. He also kept telling me this is what works and this is what doesn't work. So I had a beautiful. So that is what I keep telling people. Excellent mentor is always makes a difference.
Okay.
So then, so as I was practicing yoga, I saw the transformation within myself. There was
Hmm.
something deeply, something was getting corrected, emotionally, as well as health-wise, physically. So then I realized there is something really much more to yoga than just these, the kind of exercises or the kind of physical asanas we do.
Hmm.
Then I said I should study this subject deeper.
Okay.
I was so inspired that I gave up my corporate career and I took up, I enrolled myself into yoga course. So I did 2 full years yoga course, 1 year for diploma and 1 year for therapy. Other than that, I did a teacher's training course as well from Mysore Hatio Kendra.
Okay.
So I really equipped myself. And like I said, while doing these courses, when I was referring, I
Huh.
said there is a need for Indian authors. And that's how the journey, author journey began.
Okay. So first of all, changes we can able to see your face. It's a great, and we have a time so that we can also discuss about the some of important yoga as a youngsters as well, because this generation is mainly are busy in Instagram scrolling, these kind of the distractions is there. Okay.
Yes.
So for first of all, like if you have your book in hand, so can you show to our reader if possible, first of
Yeah,
all?
yeah. So this is the book, 30
Okay.
Minutes a Day to Immunity and Health.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, the important lessons you have included in this book. So
Mhm.
this lessons we wanted to know, like why the people need to buy your book. Okay.
Yeah. So what I did is, if you look at, I will just take you through the index itself.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So in the index itself, it tells about the crux of the book. So firstly, I talked about human system, generic system. All of us should be aware because that is our tool, right? We exist in this body.
Hmm.
And what is immunity and its impact? So immunity, generally we think, oh, COVID aa gaya, vaccination le lo. Yeah, we generally tend to immunity is all about vaccine. Actually, vaccine is external immunity. There is so much of inbuilt immunity that human system has, which we don't harness. We really forgot. It has gone dormant. So understanding about immunity, and how do you draw from your own immunity? How do you stay healthy? Using your own system. That is what the book is about. And then I also initially I wrote about different systems, like few of us, like in my case I have slightly weaker ENT system, a little change where my throat goes for a toss. My husband has weaker digestive system. If the food varies in range, his stomach gets upset. So each of us has different system which is slightly more fragile than the other systems.
Okay.
So if you understand that, obviously we all understand that, we have understanding of that. If once you understand that, then how do you strengthen that system? Simple techniques to strengthen that system. So my initial chapters are based on systems like ENT system, urogenital system, your muscular system, your
Okay.
digestive system.
So
So
you have divided the chapters.
yeah, I have divided the chapters, and each of these system I have given certain techniques that you have to do every day so that your
Okay.
system remains
So
robust. You know,
exercise is also there in the
yes,
book.
yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yogasanas, meditative techniques, or some simple, diet. I included diet as well. Dietary inputs, natural living, a leaf from naturopathy, a leaf from Ayurveda. So I included all these sciences, and then I made a crux. So you will get a crux, you will get a summary of what you're supposed to do. So now, having been a practitioner, having practiced this, whatever happens, whether I stay here or tomorrow I take a flight and go to Himalayas, or I go to Switzerland, wherever I go, I change or if it rains heavily in Bombay itself, my system stays robust. It was not like before. I did not touch wood. Right now, because of the practices that are inculcated into my everyday life. So it is not just about yoga. It's not just about getting up and doing something on the mat for that half an hour. It is also about how you integrate small practices throughout the day. Like for example, I'll tell you. I also wrote chapters about professional speaking most of the day. So what happens when you speak most of the day? You are exuding energy. You're giving up energy, and your tongue tends to dry up. You feel very dehydrated, and your entire system gets slightly depending on the extent of speech.
Yeah.
You tend to get tired. So what is it that you're supposed to do for, if you're a professional that you're who's speaking throughout the day? Suppose for professionals sitting throughout the day. So other chapters, the first few are the chapters on the system. Next are the chapters like professionals speaking most of the day, involving frequent travels, people who get frequent headaches, you know, professionals with hectic schedules, managing stress, like you're going from meeting to meeting, meeting to meeting, and you don't have time for yourself. You don't have time to process anything in your mind because you're switching from meetings to meetings, whether it is online or offline. If that is a kind of, then your mental, emotional stress or mental stress, not because you can't take it, but it is, there is so much of information you are loading into your system that it doesn't, like if software system, it
Yeah.
needs some time to boost, right? So you don't have that kind of time. So what is it these kind of professionals to do? And for kids, for enhancing focus and concentration, for senior citizens, for homemakers, for people sitting most of the day. Simple things like between the meetings, just get up and stretch. Your spinal cord will stretch a bit. That itself is good enough. Instead of sitting continuously, putting that
Pressure.
pressure on your spinal cord, especially the lower spine. Just get up and stretch, even if you do it 4 5 times a day. That's good enough. At least you won't degrade to a level where you need to do a slip disc surgery. So there is we are human race into certain things that are so serious, which can be very well managed, very simple techniques, and integrating it into our lives.
Okay. So you have give a great explanation. So first of all, we just wanted to discuss about the youngsters. Okay, like if I'm just a 23-year-old. Okay, so as a 23-year-old, what kind of yoga I need to do, and because most of the pupils are in this age. Okay, and which kind of the diet we need to follow. Okay, so that we have a sustainable future for us. Okay.
You are 23.
Yeah, I'm 23 as of now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Firstly, great. Yeah, you're doing a wonderful job at this age. You are running a show like this. It's wonderful. Yeah. So when you are so young, the firstly the thing is you don't feel that something like exercise is required for your body because your body is so fresh, it just bounces back. Whatever happens, until
Yeah.
unless that I mean, if there is any unfortunate incident that had happened, or if something is genetic. Otherwise, 23 in 20s, early 20s until about late 20s, body just bounces back. So the only thing that you have to do is stay, stay focused on fitness, so that when you are 40 or 50, you don't have to, you're not like starting from scratch because you have used up all the resources.
Hmm.
So what you have to do is take up something that really gels with your body and mind,
Okay.
like maybe some kind of some kind of cardiovascular exercise or some kind of yoga. In yoga, you can, your body will take up the power yoga very well, the difficult asanas very well, which will really which will help your I mean, if I give you a very 45 minutes of boring, yoga wherein you're completely relaxed, you may not like it.
Yeah.
That may, you may find it boring. It may not be boring, but you may find it boring. That may be very good for senior citizens or professionals who are really tired. For you, it needs to be dynamic. So there are asanas, and yoga is such a beautiful technique. There are asanas that can relax you. There are asanas that can infuse energy.
Hmm.
Take up that kind of yoga,
Okay.
or take up some kind of hobby, maybe drumming or strumming, guitar or painting, whatever. Because wellness is, the book also says, I mentioned in the book as well, it's not just about yoga. Yoga is a part of it. We are talking about holistic wellness, mind, body, and soul.
Okay.
So keep your mind also occupied, not through what people feed externally, not through social media. That is also occupation. But the thing is, you're being occupied by somebody else's imagination. Your mind is completely cluttered by something that is created by someone else.
Yeah, managed by others. Yeah.
Yeah, managed by others. So what is it that you are creating? What is it that you are giving to the world? So when you 20 years, 30 years down the line, when you look back and you see, wow, this is a drawing by me. This, this is a painting by me, or this is a book written by me, or this is a song that I composed, or this is a play that I directed or I acted in. So something, take up something creative, do something so that your body and mind is, stays in sync,
Okay.
and stay connected to your roots. That is something that I tell everyone, irrespective of young or old. However, your family background is, whatever may it be, you must stay connected to your roots. Because when the, look at plants, when the roots are strong, when you go deeper, that is when you can climb higher.
Okay, that's it. So, including like we need to manage our mind, soul, and the third thing,
Mind, body, and soul.
mind, body, and soul. Okay. Then also health, like diet is also very important. Okay. So which kind of diet at the age of 20s we need to follow, or if someone is around the 40s or 50s, so which kind of diets they need to follow? Is there any difference between them?
Yes, there is a difference. It's a brilliant question that you asked, and it's a there's a vast difference. When you are in 20s, generally the metabolism tends to be very high. Generally, even if someone is on the plumper side, the metabolism, if you look at yourself, your metabolism will be very high now as compared to when you grow into the 40s or 50s. And when you're growing up, when you are maybe 6 years, 7 years, 8 years old, the metabolism is very different. There, the requirement was for you to nourish yourself so that you grow body and mind.
Okay.
Here, what the kind of food you have to eat is to fuel your metabolism, and not go hungry, and not at the same time not put up bulk.
Okay.
So essentially, the diet, again, diet also depends on what is your kind of routine. If you're sitting most of the day, then a little food may be good enough for you. But you still will have to fuel what your body is consuming. Because there is internally continuous action. We may be sitting like this, but we are not static. We are made of billions of cells packed together. The cells are continuously vibrating. They are continuously breathing. There is something called internal respiration. So the body needs energy. So fuel that energy. But if you are walking or talking or roaming around a lot, then accordingly hydrate yourself. If you're moving a lot, then have a lot of liquids, consume a lot of liquids, because your body will tend to get dehydrated. But if you are lifting weights, if you're doing gym, or if you're doing, muscular exercises, then eat. eat protein, because that is the kind of diet your body will require. So it is, there is nothing like one, one prescription suits all. It depends on what you're doing on daily basis and where you are in your health curve, and also like you asked, where you are in your life, 20s, 30s, 40s,
Okay.
and whether we are addressing the health. So there are, like I always tell people, and even when I'm talking about wellness, I always talk about three aspects. One is preventive wellness, promotive, and supportive or curative. So preventive is, suppose like in my family, suppose there is an issue of heart attacks, then I know that it is something that that may be coded, that may be there in my DNA somewhere, lying dormant. If I don't take care of myself, that may just pop up. Getting wet continuously, you have to travel in rain and you get wet. So what is it? Again, preventive mechanism, not just genetically, also by the sheer exposure. What are you getting exposed to? Or you're sitting continuously, your spine is taking beating. Then preventive care, what is it that you are supposed to do to prevent something from happening, something unrequired or unwanted happening to the body and mind. That is preventive care. Promotive care, promotive care is, you are a marathon runner, you want to improve your speed by say 2 minutes or 5 minutes, or you want to run further, or you are a weightlifter, you want to be lifting heavier weights. No, so, or you are a dancer, you want to perform better, or you want to stay on stage for longer duration. This is promotive. You're very good, you're already healthy, you're doing something, and you want to stretch your limits. That is promotive. Promotive care. And promotive yoga. Yoga has brilliant techniques. Actually, pick you from here and put you at a different level, at a different scale.
Okay.
That is promotive. Supportive is like you're already hit by something. Unfortunately, now what is happening is, yoga is a brilliant preventive technique, but people are coming to yoga as a supportive technique. Something has happened, you have hit by something, you have had a major surgery, or you have had a heart attack, or you have had a diabetes. You're already under diabetic care, or you have had a thyroid issue. So people, after getting hit by something, they come to yoga. Unfortunately, yoga will help undoubtedly, but it will play a part of supportive. There are certain curative cases as well. Like there are a number of cases where people say they followed yoga and diabetes reversed, and BP has come to normal, hypertension has come to normal. Of course, all this happens, but unlike the English medicine or allopathy, when people follow yoga or these kind of techniques, and something, their health condition uh, comes back to normal, unwanted health condition reverses. We don't have a research, we are not backed by research. We don't have studies to prove that you do this and it will happen. It's only people's experience. People who come back and tell us that because of this I have, I'm leading a nice healthy life now. It's only people's stories. So that's what we are banking upon as of now.
Okay.
So I would urge people to take up, it's very simple. It's not rocket science. It's not very difficult, and it doesn't require too much of your time. Take up preventive wellness
Okay.
as a part of your daily routine. It is just like, it is like adding honey to your milk. It is there. It is not seen. It will not show up its presence, but it will still, your life will,
Change.
taste sweeter. It will change for good. And
Okay.
it just integrates so beautifully into your life. You don't have to do anything much. Very, very, just very simple things, very simple techniques, integrating into your daily life. That is what my book is about. That's why when I say, 30 minutes of day in unity and health, though I have given 30-minute techniques, I have also given, in case you can't do something in those 30 minutes, you can't take out 30 minutes. What is it that you're supposed to do throughout the day so that you remain healthy, so that your uh, health condition remains stable. And at the end of the day, to end it, what is it that you want to do? Certain relaxative techniques, so that you don't go back to sleep, or you don't carry forward today's stress, today's depleted energy to the next day. Whatever has happened, you're energizing yourself, you're just rejuvenating yourself and starting the next day afresh.
Okay.
So that's what I have mentioned in each chapter. 30 minutes, what you can do, if you can take out those 30 minutes. If you can't throughout the day, very, very, very simple techniques, what you can do. And at the end of the day, even if you miss these two, at the end of the day, very, very simple relaxative techniques, what you can do.
Okay. So if the readers wanted to know about this method, they need to buy the book. And
They have, yeah, yeah, they
yeah,
need to
yeah.
buy the book. They can reach out to me. I have given my details, my website details, and all
Okay.
are there.
So, if someone wanted to buy your book, so what is the process to buy your book? Is it available in Amazon or?
Yeah, yeah. It is available on Amazon, 30 minutes a day to immunity and health. It is available on Flipkart as well.
Okay.
It is available on Storybook website. That is my publisher. In their
Hmm.
website, it is available. Otherwise, it is available physical stores as well, like Tidal Waves in Mumbai,
Okay.
Kitab Khana. So there are certain, certain bookstores that are keeping the book across the country.
Okay. So is it available in both paperback and an ebook version? So if
Yes,
someone,
yes.
yeah,
Paperback as well as ebook. Yeah.
yeah. So I think if the book is globally, then if someone situated in USA or Germany, so they can also able to buy the book. Am I right,
Oh,
na?
yes, yes, yes. I have
Yeah.
had people from Australia buy the book, Australia, Philippines, Singapore, Indonesia, um, and what other countries? South Africa, of
That's
course,
great.
London, Europe, London, Romania, US, USA, and many places in USA, Dubai. So there are people who have, my book has gone. I'm lucky that my book has gone places. I can say, I have readers from across the countries, and yes, it is available. Canada,
Hmm. Okay.
yeah,
Because the
is
content is so good. Like you have put it your so much experience on the book. Okay, because you had a gold medalist and your like instructor is also too good. Okay, so this kind of the information you have put it on the book, then the text has been converted as the emotions
yes,
experience, so these all the things has been included in the book. Then you have just released this book. That's why you get so much success from the book. And
yeah.
also our nine reviewers who read the book, they already some of the I think persons are also starting following your content. Okay, and
Oh, so
including in the daily routine. Okay, like one of our author like who read the book is a Glenn Asebai. Okay, who living in USA, and he liked the your book is most liked by the person. Okay,
oh,
because he's very like a critics type of person and
oh,
not giving any persons to lot of reviews. Okay, but you get a maximum feedback from the author. Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. What is his name?
Plain while Asivai. Okay, he living in USA. He also written a some book and also running a NGO, Center for Dharma Practice. Okay, basically he running in South Africa. Okay,
Oh,
so that's a
he's in South Africa or USA?
living in USA, New York. Okay, but
Okay.
mostly he's working in South Africa. Okay, for
Okay.
the wellness, this kind of the things he had covered.
Awesome. I'd like to get his contact if possible.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, we definitely share with you.
yeah, because I'll be traveling. When I travel to New York, I'll certainly try to reach out to him and meet him.
Yeah,
It would be
that's
wonderful to meet another author who has read my book and, take a first-hand feedback.
yeah, that's a great. So whenever we can able to connect both of you, we will do. Okay.
Definitely. You can send me his email if that's okay with you. You can just ping me his
Yeah,
email and then
yeah, we will
I'll
share
come.
with you. And then also we wanted to like if someone doing a yoga, so the blending between the exercise and yoga, like some of the person like me
Mhm.
doing a heavy kind of exercise. Okay, lifting, weightlifting, this kind of the thing. Okay, so this kind of the combination between the yoga and the exercise we wanted to know, and what you are doing. Like I think you are also doing some exercise as well. Okay, so can you explain something about this as well?
Yeah. So I was a half marathon runner. I used to run half marathons.
Hmm.
So, firstly, what I want people to understand is yoga is a way of life. Yoga is not exercise.
Hmm.
Your weightlifting is exercise. Running is an exercise.
Hmm.
Before running, what do you do?
We are
You do
just.
some kind of warm up.
Hmm.
After running, what do you do? You do some kind of stretches. That is yoga. That is where yoga comes in.
Okay.
Before studying, what you do? You sit, take nice, long, deep breaths, try to focus. That is yoga. When you are lifting weights, after lifting weights, what do you do?
Just take a some rest. Yeah.
Yes. Stretch your body, take some rest. There is some muscle pull. You try to, release that muscle. That is yoga. So yoga is like, breathing. Yoga is a part of life.
Hmm.
You know? So yoga is not something that is separated from you. Yoga is something that is integrated within. The only thing is when they prescribe asanas or when they prescribe, certain breathing techniques, they are supposed to be certain things that you're supposed to do otherwise also. Like if you have a catch in the bag, just do Paschimottanasana. Or if your legs are straining or stretching, do some kind of halasana or ardha halasana. There are certain techniques. Simple corrective techniques are all rooted in yoga.
Okay.
The thing is we have taken it away from our existence so much that now we are thinking that it's a separate existence, and then we are thinking it's we need to spend some kind of time understanding doing yoga. Yoga is such a beautiful technique. It just integrates into your, that's what I want to convey, that it
Okay.
just integrates into your daily life.
Okay.
Whatever you may be doing, whatever exercise you do,
Hmm.
uh,
So
you
it's
know
already blended.
it is blended, and you have to be only conscious about it, and just take some time to like when you're sleeping in the night, you get up, you're just opening your eyes, right? You don't call opening your eyes exercise, because that is something that happens. So yoga is something that internally your body tells, your mind tells you. The unfortunately what has happened is we have become so external that we stop listening to our body. That is when we need at least these 30 minutes to sit and listen to the body.
Hmm.
Now if you were to listen to the body, I'm sorry to say, you won't like to go to all those sugary carbonated drinks. You will never go
Yeah.
if
So.
you were to listen to your body. But you don't listen to the body. The thing is, the billboard attracts you, or so-called celebrities who are campaigning, they will attract you. Like when you are thirsty, what is it that you're supposed to drink? Tell me.
Maybe something like Mazda fruity. We.
No, that again you have gone so external.
Yeah.
What is it that will quench your thirst? Basic. What is it that will quench your thirst?
So I cannot able to do give the
नहीं,
answer.
आपको जब प्यास लगती है तो आप क्या क्या पीना चाहिए? आपका बॉडी क्या मांगता है जब प्यास लगती है तो?
So if we are just thirsty, then we need some water and.
Perfect, right?
Yeah.
All you need is water. It is as basic as that.
Hmm.
बट वाटर कहीं स्क्रीन करके आपको बोलता नहीं कि मुझे पियो। तो हम क्या करते हैं, प्यास लगती है तो हम ढूंढने जाते हैं कि कोक कहाँ मिलता है, माजा कहाँ मिलता है, फ्रूटी कहाँ मिलता है, क्योंकि इतना हमारे माइंड को आर सॉफ्टवेयर, माइंड इज सॉफ्टवेयर एंड बॉडी इज हार्डवेयर. Our software has been written and rewritten and overwritten with external information that our mind tells you when you are thirsty. The mind tells you, matlab, it shows you the image of Pepsi or Coke or whatever.
As in, yeah, as
And
in
whereas
office.
whereas hardware, your body, all that it requires is water.
Yeah. So
Understood?
yeah, as in we are in our office, so that whenever there is some person who thirsty, so they just order some Pepsi or
Yeah.
Sprite something. Okay. And not thinking about the water much.
But if you listen to your body, अगर उसी time पे, even if you don't do yoga, you're not a yoga practitioner, उसी time पे, if you sit and close your eyes and take 2-3 deep breaths, your body will reject Pepsi at that time. Your body will want to drink water.
Okay.
So it is as simple as that. So just the thing is getting internal, listening to your body, listening, aligning your body and mind. That is what it is. It's as basic as that.
Okay. So, in the conversation, you have also told that the honey water or milk with honey is also a very important thing. Okay, so what kind of the benefit we are getting from honey water or milk with honey?
Okay, no, I did not mean it in that way. What I meant was yoga is or a wellness. If you want to do some wellness during your day, it will amalgamate so well into your body or into your system that it doesn't have to be an external. It doesn't have to be seen separately. It will just it will just integrate into your system. That was when I gave that example. Otherwise, I'm not promoting honey as such, or but coming to your question again, again, it's a very nice question. The most easily digestible food product is honey.
Okay.
That is the best digested product in the universe. So, for example, like patients who are, especially diabetic patients or sugar, or if your energy depletes, first thing all you can do is maybe take a drop of honey and put it on your tongue. But then practically, it is not easy to carry honey. It may be easier to carry sugar cubes or sugar sachets. So people just eat some sugar, or chocolates are easily available. So you eat chocolates. So that is, they are actually the substitutes. Best thing is honey. So what we are again, best thing is water. Pepsi, Coke, all are substitutes. What we have done is we have left the base, left the main, the what are really important, and we are relying on substitutes. You know,
Yeah.
so that is what, and similarly, yoga, natural living. These are the main things for our life. We have left this, and we are again going back to substitutes like supplements, or going for external medicine. First thing that you have to do to correct your body is come back to nature. You come back to your body, how connected you are to the nature, what are you doing to your body, because of it is going out of health, this is your body is going out of ease, out of comfort. So what is it that you're doing to your body and mind that it is going out of comfort? Just address that. It will come back to normal, it will come back. It's very, very easy to stay healthy.
Okay. So the most important thing, like we need to follow the natural things. Okay.
Absolutely. And listen, your body will give you indication, your body will tell you, your mind will tell you. You have to take out that little time to listen to your own self. Be conscious of your own self, not just listen to what external forces is continuously bombarding into your mind.
Yeah. So I think you have explained most of the things, but there are more things we wanted to know. Like I think we can suggest you. Like I think you need to open some YouTube channel or something where you need to explain small topics regarding this kind of the information, because as of now as a youngsters we cannot able to find very good channels who promoting the yoga in a right way. Okay. And lot of like you have explained so much thing that we are not aware about that. Okay. First of
Okay.
all, that you had divided the yoga into the four part, like preventive, curative and promotive, and
Yeah.
the third thing is a promotive, I think. Yeah.
Supportive.
So
Yeah.
this supportive, yeah, so these details we also didn't know. Okay. And with this podcast we can only able to know about this as well. And also the most important things we have learned, like yoga is not just a separate thing where we need to give us some time on that. We are not, no need to do a schedule, separate schedule for that. This is just a part of life which is already blended in our exercise and daily
Absolutely.
routines. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And if you can take out, I mean, because we have come so far away from it, if you can take out even 30 minutes in a day, that is good enough.
okay.
You don't have to really think of 2 hours or 3 hours, just very,
30
very
minutes.
basic.
Yeah.
So it will keep correcting you on day-to-day basis, and your internal immunity system will get strengthened.
Okay, so this 30 minutes you have already explained in the book in very details. That's why the people need to buy your book. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So Any last things you wanted to share, and also we just wanted to know about your next book as well, like after this book, when we can suppose to release the new book, because lot of the information has not been covered, because
Yeah,
you have know much of the things. Okay, so
yeah,
when
true.
the next editions we can expect?
Yeah, so the new edition, anyway, the same book, new edition, is about to get published. Other than that, I have just completed writing a book on yoga for runners because I was a runner myself. Instantly, that was the first book I wrote, but this book, I happened to complete this or whatever, I think the destiny had it that this book got released first. So my next book is going to be Yoga for Runners, and parallelly, I'm writing another book, a very prescriptive book on yoga. Each asana, what is about explaining about each asana, how pictorially how you get into the asana, and what is it good for. Like from preventive perspective, what will that do? Promotive perspective, what will that do? Curative perspective, what will that do? When are you supposed to avoid that asana? Or so I'm including many asanas. It will be more like probably like a coffee table book, complete yoga integrated with more details. Maybe you can say that same book with much more information and deeper, inputs.
Okay, that's great. So we have also one more request, like if you are you already going to release the next book, okay, which will be more prescriptive, but if possible you can explain the things on YouTube as well, so that
Yes.
we get a more response, like
Yes.
we know about more about the yoga and the postures, these kind of things we also wanted to know. Okay, so that
Absolutely.
we can do a more. Okay,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So any last things you wanted to say to our readers, like why they need to buy your book?
Yeah, so it is very, very simple book. Basically, I have put my entire practical experience. It's not just theoretically written. I have been through military training. Like I said, I served Navy for 14 years, and I have done yoga. I have been a yoga practitioner. I have won medals. I'm an international yoga gold medalist. So I have put all the practical experience as well as theoretical experience. I taught my, the diploma course as well as therapy course in yoga. And of course, I taught my courses in the Navy. So I put all my experience and I tried to make it really, I summarized it and I tried to make it very, very simple for you so that it is not overwhelming. Another thing I want to share is when I wrote this book at the end, as a part of final editing, I knocked off one complete chapter because I wanted to keep it as simple as possible so that when people pick it up and you want to, because you're interested in your everyday wellness, right? So you open a chapter, you find a chapter. One of my friends told me very interesting thing. He lives in USA, Seattle. So he told me that when he gifted this book to his friends, he said, you just pick up your chapter. It's just maybe 2 or 3 pages may be relevant for you. So you just pick up your chapter. That doesn't mean the rest of the book is not relevant. You must read the entire book and then pick up your thing and then stay with it. And at the same time, another thing is, like, today you may be sitting most of the time, for next 2 3 months. After that, you may be traveling a lot. So then you flip another chapter and see what is it that I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
Very simple book, the entire experience put together like a complete essence of it given to you to follow in a simplistic manner. And if you miss, like I said, if you miss the 30 minutes, what are you supposed to do throughout the day? If you miss that, what are you supposed to do towards the end of the day? And I also included inputs from on diet, natural living, very, very, very simple aspects that you can integrate into your day.
Okay, that's a great.
Yeah.
So, uh, just it's just a binge read, but a few pages, but every chapter is related to the to your situation. Like if you are traveling and sitting, so between the transition, you can
Yes.
also switch the chapters.
Yes, it is not a binge read. I want to, this is a disclaimer from my side. It is not a binge read because one of my friends, she bought this book. She practices yoga, and she's into Bhagavad Gita and spiritually inclined. She bought this book and she thought, oh, and she's an avid reader. She thought, okay, I'll be able to complete this book one day. And next day she called and told me, Madhvi, I thought it is my bedside book, but it is not, because it is so intense. If you look at something, if you open a page and if you look at something, it is so intense that you will take time to really, it
Absorb.
takes time to seep it in. You have to understand, and then you will start thinking, oh, it is so simple, this is what I am supposed to do, okay, let me try this. So you have to really sit with the book, enjoy the read, seep in what is given, seep in the content. So it is that is something that I want to tell all my readers. It is anything but binge read. You have to give that kind of time and that kind of importance to what is published in there.
Okay, they need to
Yeah.
understand between the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So after reading the book, if someone wanted to reach with you, like they have some certain type of questions, okay, they need to ask with the author directly, so how they can able to connect with you?
So I have given my website details in the book.
Okay.
In my new edition, also website details will be coming. Otherwise, Madhavi at arogyaishwarya.com. That is my email ID. So people can reach out to me there as well.
Okay, so lastly, we just wanted to congratulate you once again to win the Rise Inside Literary Award, and hopefully the journey is very good with us, and we will always connect with you, and also wanted to invite you for one more podcast where we are discuss more about the yoga and the next book as well.
Certainly, I'll be more than happy to do that.
Yeah.
And do let me know.
Yeah, sure, sure. Okay.